this one show that gets you all the answers to your education or job queries. Mindspace is what you have to reach out to. Remember, you can tweet us or even email us, and we'll do our best to help you in any which way possible, including, of course, featuring all of you out there, young with new ideas, innovations, and, of course, those all important startups. All that and more coming up over the next half hour. Today, of course, our big focus, BBA or BCom. Does one give you an edge over the other? It's a dilemma that many students face. So really, if you're confronted by one of this, what would you do? Let's hear from the stakeholders, the students themselves. Jay Arora of Sri Venkateshwara College studying BCom, and Kunal Saraf studying BBA at GIMS. And we're going to do this in a debate format, as you've managed to tell. They are going to debate why they believe that the courses they do are preferable or the right fit for them. I'll start with you, Jay, and I'm going to give you both 40 seconds to answer each question that's placed before you. Jay, your time starts now. The case for BCom.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for extending this opportunity to me. I believe that BCom provides diversified opportunities. It gives you the career enhancement. Since I am the one who believes that you need to be challenged. You cannot just follow a simple track. You need to explore new ideas, new genres of your interest, which is particularly what BCom is into. You can start from taxation, HR, marketing, finance, anything that you like. And you can earn a specialization in that. And apart from that, you get time to get into all the stuff that you love. You can pursue courses like CA, CS, even the courses like fashion designing, computer courses, they can opt in with BCom. And you can obviously do it with two of the courses.
Right, your time's up, you've had 40 seconds and you've said a lot. Diversified opportunities, explore ideas, follow your interests. Come on, Kunal, beat that with BBA.
BBA, to start with the fact, BBA is something, it's a professional degree, first of all, and secondly, it doesn't give you time like BCom does, first of all. So it keeps you occupied. We are not taught, we are not made to learn management, we are taught management. We do time management, we do work management with loads of assignments, seminars and everything practically possible in BBA. It's not that we get diversified options, it may be a limitation for many people, but people who envision themselves at the age of 18 practically when they're in class 12, they see themselves what they are after 5 years, then they have to do BBA. Because had Steve Jobs or Walt Disney, had they not thought about this thing, we would have missed Mickey Mouse and iPad practically today. So it's more about envisioning yourself.
Time's up, and of course we cannot imagine life without Mickey Mouse and Apple. I'm going to give you a 20-second rebuttal to what he said.
Yeah, definitely what he said is that they have been given a lot of projects. We do the same projects. We learn management. The courses that they study, we do the same. It's just that we do it in a specialized fashion of different courses. So it's a basket of all the goods that you get.
Right, there's a basket of all the goods that you get.
And we have gold of all, one basket but filled with gold. So practically we have everything, not everything maybe, but one thing, but as Bruce Lee says, that practice one kick 400 times or do it well. So it's more about...
So that's what you're doing, right? Yep. Well, you seem to be quite evenly poised at the moment. Kunal, I'll go with you now.
Yeah.
Why do you believe that there are better opportunities for you than there are for those with BCom?
Like as said earlier, if you envision yourself as a manager or leader, right in class 12 or in 10 whatsoever, when you choose the commerce stream, you are actually devoting all your time towards that thing. So you're not exploring opportunities for fashion designing or CA or CF or anything else. You're working towards your growth with relation to the corporate world. Corporate world would take you when they'll see your CV and they'll see that you have done such work, devoted all the times towards one thing, and you're passionate towards it. So practically it's about doing one thing, doing it well. As they say that Sachin Tendulkar, had he been a singer or Lata Mangeshkar been a cricketer, imagine what the reality would have been. So it's more about following your passion and envisioning yourself at the early age.
Right, Kunal, your time's up. Jay, your turn. Stay focused is what he says, that you might have so many options, but the fact is that they're staying focused really, and that's their advantage. Your time starts now. Why do you believe that's not true?
That's their advantage, but we have different advantages. Like if I prefer taxation, obviously you learn from your own mistakes. Nobody can teach you. So if I go into the field, 12th does not offer you everything that you can learn, that I want to pursue a course in taxation or something like that. So you get to learn a lot in BCom. And as far as your question was concerned about the opportunities of career and placement, the recent article by Economic Times said that the big 4 organizations in India, PwC, Ernst & Young, KPMG and Deloitte, they'll be offering like 43,000 jobs for in the next 5 years, and they're majorly oriented at commerce and BCom honors program both.
Right.
So I guess that pretty much says it all.
I'm going to give Kunal a quick rejoinder to that. 20 seconds, Kunal. Why do you believe that report should not be taken seriously?
Well, commerce is concerned, BBA is again a part of commerce, first of all. Secondly, taxation, marketing, HR, is something which BBA already has. So it's not about BCom. If there's an article about commerce, it includes BBA itself. 43,000 jobs are not for the BCom people only, first of all. Secondly, BBA, again, as I said, when they say 5 years, you work towards one thing, BBA, MBA, and then you have BCom.
Your time's up.
For 3
yes.
Okay, BCom for 3 years and then fashion designing and stuff, then you get diverted and diversified. Then it's more about being focused.
Right, again, we just come back to you're saying stay focused, you're saying the world's still at your door, you've got all those opportunities. 40 seconds, Kunal, the next question coming your way. Finish this. I wouldn't do BCom because.
Okay. I personally, at my personal level, I wouldn't do BCom because I know I have to work towards MBA and then work ahead with the startups or maybe whatever I pursue on. So it's not about I don't want to explore more things because I know what I want to do. That's something which Steve Jobs said at the famous speech at a big university. So it's about following your passion, knowing what you want to do and then go ahead with it. That's why I won't do BCom because I don't want to explore opportunities anymore.
I'm focused. I know what I want. There's no need for me to explore. I know what I want and I'm headed right there. Jay, respond to that quickly. Your time starts now.
I still stick to my point. I believe that you need to learn. And I believe that people like me have as we follow the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, they're more into the self-actualization. And I believe that you need to challenge yourself. You cannot just stay focused with one thing and just go away with it. You need to learn everything.
Right, you guys have been such good debaters. Thank you very much. I'm not sure who's been more convincing to me. I seem to be quite convinced by both of you. Thankfully, I don't have to make the choice there at this moment because now this has put me in a greater dilemma. It's been great having you, but because you guys are such good debaters, I'm just going to expand this a little bit and perhaps a question that all of India is now asking. Kunal, first to you, Modi, Rahul or Kejriwal?
Well, as per the national ground, I mean, if we take care of the national thing, I personally feel Narendra Modi, after seeing the Gujarat model, everything who once goes there, everyone who goes there once, they feel that Gujarat is perfectly fine and India should be like that.
Jay, your time starts now on this.
I actually beg to differ on this topic. I believe none of the above.
Okay.
I am not that thing who believes in that all that glitters is gold. So whatever has been there, I feel that it has been too the bigger picture is not clear for Narendra Modi, and Arvind Kejriwal hasn't been provided with the time he gave his resignation, so I cannot really comment upon that. And Rahul Gandhi, he's again a different issue to be talked about.
Right, so well, we're clearly on opposite sides of the political spectrum also, but Jay, Kunal, thanks both for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us. Real pleasure having you on the show. Thanks very much. Right, so we've heard what those students had to say, very articulate, very passionate for the courses that they are pursuing. But what do the experts say? How do the experts see what the students have said? Well, joining us now, Mahesh Sharma, editor of Careers 360. Thanks very much, Mahesh, for coming in. You've heard the students. Quickly, in a nutshell, they're of course very passionate. But does one really have an edge over the other? Is that fair?
No, it
to even question?
It isn't, because if the final objective is to go for an MBA, at that point, whether it is a BCom or a BBA makes no difference. And the advantage is that a BCom is a cheaper degree to acquire, cost-wise. So, if you want to do an MBA after your graduation, it makes no difference. And there's additional difficulty, which is that the curriculum is common between BBA and MBA.
Right.
The text is similar.
I see.
So, I will use Philip Kotler for marketing, both as a BBA teacher and as an MBA teacher.
Right.
So, you do have an advantage in terms of the content being known to you, but the treatment will be very different.
But you don't, right. So it's not like really like you score. Whatever works for you is perhaps once you've identified your best fit. Let's get started right away. Siddharth has a question. Go ahead, Siddharth.
I am pursuing my BBA, but I want to have a question that after my completion of my BBA, what other courses or what kind of a specialization I should can get into for my higher studies.
At the BBA level, read as much specializations as possible. Look at marketing, look at finance, look at HR, look at IB. See what excites you as a domain. And what excites you as a domain is what you must look at when you go for an MBA. And very few business schools will ask you to choose your specialization in the first year. You know. On the first year, do all the core courses together. At the end of the year is when you decide this is the specialization I want to do. So, you have 3 years of BBA and 1 year of MBA actually to decide what specialization to do. So, do not go at the BBA level for any specialization, do that at the level.
Keep it for later. Right. Devika has another question. Go ahead, Devika.
I would like to ask about the various options which we have after BBA besides MBA and WorkX.
That will be then very different, isn't it? Because the direct progression for a BBA graduate is either working in a corporate or any other organization where they can get a job in business side, or go for an MBA. If you do not want to do that, then your BBA degree is as good as any other degree.
Right.
So, you would look at media, you would look at design.
So, the assumption is that when you have gone in for a BBA, that you are looking at MBA or you are looking at working immediately after your degree.
Precisely.
So, there's
you've made a choice.
Be very clear when you're getting into it. Like you're saying, look at what it entails, look at what excites you before you make that choice. Don't get into it and then try and figure out what to do. That might be a bit of a tricky situation. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Prashant has a question.
I have my father's business and the only option left to me is to pursue my business and also do an MBA. So when I searched for all those courses, I just encountered the courses for SP Jan and ISB Hyderabad, in which you have to go for 6 months. You are into your business in 6 months and 1 week for your MBA. So I want to ask that, is it advisable that I go into the rat race of IIM League or into the ISB or such family programs?
There are good family business programs, both at ISB as well as at SPGN. EDI has a fantastic program, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. But I'd always advise any student at that age, he must do a proper MBA, work for an outside company for 3-4 years, get that grounding, you know, and then move on to his family business. And at that point in time, if he wants specialized skills, he could go for a modular program, let's say in Babson or EDI, and add on to those courses. But the initial 2 years of your professional life, you must spend outside your company.
Right.
And to that extent, you must have a basic degree which enables you to do that.
Right, allows you the freedom to do that.
Precisely.
Now, I have this question coming in from someone who's writing in Gorika, who's writing in to ask that how much does it matter where you studied from? I would imagine that, you know, usually the place that you're getting your degree from, BCom, BBA, or you name it, it does have some value.
Matter, yes.
So even in this case, where there are just so many institutes offering just so much, when we look at BBA in particular, how should you choose?
See, the institution from which you study does matter for the first job, and to that extent for the first trajectory, then onwards, you know. So, let's say you go to College of Business Studies in Delhi University, they don't offer a BBA, they offer a BIFA and BBS, which is now into BMS. They've got a new degree now from this year. That degree is exceptionally difficult to get in, trains you well, and you will get frontline jobs. Good jobs.
That's important to know.
Good jobs, 6 to 14 lakhs is the salary. But such colleges are very few. You go to St. Stephen's and do a BA Honours in Economics, in economics, you get similar jobs. So, the colleges, at least at the top level, they are there because they are exclusionary.
Right.
They pick up the top 1%, train them reasonably well, and
they of course remain then.
Yes.
They are the cream.
Precisely.
Right.
That's the advantage.
Yeah.
So, you cut that out. Second level, third level, fourth level colleges makes actually very little difference.
Right, make very little difference.
Yes,
right.
you are then on your own.
Right.
And once you get your first job, that's going to be difficult when you are in these colleges. Once you get your first job, then you're on your own.
It's behind you. Yes, absolutely. Once you get your first job and you work hard and prove yourself at that job, then where you studied from doesn't matter, and everything sort of levels out. It does become a level playing field.
But it does takes a 2-3 year lag, that's about it.
Right, that's my experience as well. But Mahesh, thanks very much for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us. On that note, we're slipping into a quick break now. Coming up after that, students at IIT Delhi and their message ahead of elections 2014.